That's right. It's about time. And check it out. We are back with another edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast. Hope y'all are doing well. We are down one of the ardent contributors in the comments section because we brought him on live. So right from the home office somewhere in Indiana, it's my friend and co-host from the What's on Joe Mind podcast, but also one of the most cunning baseball minds out there. It's Rob Irizarry, everybody. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing fine. See, now I have hype to live up to.
Right? I hope you're just as snarky live as you are in text. So, but glad to have everybody here. It's the 101st edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast. And when we came back from our 3-week break, because Brent and I were both gone for our family's spring breaks, I looked at, because we try really hard to get every team on the Eternal Baseball Podcast at least once per season. And there were 4 teams that we hadn't had on yet. So I looked at the schedule and went, you don't want to have 2 eliminated teams squaring off late in the year. If we actually took care of this better, we would have it done earlier so we could focus on the real key matchups. We only got, I think, 8 games left, not counting the Monday schedule, which I've already simulated, except one game. But one of the teams who hasn't been on is the Giants, which are funny because they're Eternal Baseball royalty. Any of those really vintage teams is usually good just because they're pulling from so much baseball history to build their roster. The Giants won the first Eternal Series, and they've won their division 3 straight years, but not this year. They're 6 games under and already eliminated. So it'll be the Giants tonight that we'll be controlling. We always play as home team. And then they'll take on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who have had a really good year in a hyper tough division. So the Pirates are just about to land the second NL wild card. The Reds are trying to hold on. But I think if you count Monday's spoiler loss, the Reds are 3.5 games back of Pittsburgh with 8 games to play. So, 8.1, I guess. So for my own sanity, I've simulated the Monday games, except for tonight's Pirates at Giants game. And that's what Rob and I will be bringing to you. Trying to avoid the bullpen because normally whenever I say, let's go to the bullpen, Rob goes, oh, here we go again.
Here it goes.
Yep. And he's not wrong. But we'll be taking a look at that. We do want to recognize the diehards who are checking in early. Lester, it's good to see you. Absorb Bids.
We know that guy.
Absolutely phenomenal and a key part of the What's on Joe Mind team. That's a G.I. Joe podcast that Rob and I and
he's our effects
Mike.
department.
Yeah, he is. He's the whole budget. We have a podcast on Tuesday night. Dave McDonald's wants more O's games. The O's are hot, and Boston is ice cold. So the Orioles have leapfrogged Boston and are likely going to get that number 1 wild card out of the American League. So good for Baltimore. They didn't even have to tank to get good in Eternal Baseball. So we appreciate them doing it the right way. And of course, happy Mother's Day too to all you mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. So let me share the screen here and do it right, because when I do it wrong, it affects the game. So we're looking for this here with audio. Perfect. Seems weird to turn audio on for a spreadsheet, but if I don't do it that way, it ends up messy. Not that this isn't messy enough. So it gets real colorful here towards the end of the season. But if you're looking at the teams over here, if your team is highlight bolded in black, that's your Birmingham Knights, your Philadelphia Phillies, and your Los Angeles Dodgers. Those are division winners. Locked up, sealed, delivered, fantastic. Kudos to them. The teams in red have been eliminated, even from the wild card chase. So the Diamondbacks, Rockies, Royals, Marlins, Brewers, Expos, Mets, Padres, Giants, Rays, Rangers, Blue Jays, and Nationals are Dunsky. There's no joy in Mudville. They're done. The other 10 teams still have a crack at the playoffs, at least. Remember, we run 4 divisions in each league and 2 wild cards. So there's still some things to be decided And if you look way over here at the week that was, it was a pretty average week, a lot of 3-3 weeks for teams. But your hot teams were the Birmingham Knights at 5-1, and your Mariners making a late push for nothing at 5. Well, I think they have a snowball's chance if they go.
That tracks for the Mariners.
Yeah, if they go 8-0 and the rest of their division goes 0-8 the rest of the way, I'm not even sure that's mathematically possible. But snowball's chance for them. They're fighting for it. They're raging,
just like the real Mariners,
right? They're raging against the dying of the light. So I guess I should give them credit for that. And then your rough weeks, the Red Sox 1-5. That let Red Sox are still going to the playoffs, but that let Baltimore leapfrog them for the top wild card spot in the East. The Guardians went 1-5, and they were in a dogfight with the Tigers and White Sox for that Central title. The Expos had a tough week. They're 1-5 as well. But that's kind of the week that was. If we get into the actual scoreboard here, pop that up. Here we go. So remember, and I'll mix up our league leaders here so you can look at both leagues at once. But so we've simulated all the Monday games. So if you're a diehard and you want to figure out who won tomorrow, you can see it reflected here, other than the San Fran-Pittsburgh game, which we'll be playing in a little bit. But Philadelphia, we already talked about them wrapping up the East. Atlanta and Houston are deadlocked in the National League South, and that's the only way to get in from the South is to win that division. The Cubs have opened up a 3-game lead on St. Louis in the North in a super competitive division, and that's where we get to the Pirates, tonight's opponent. They are 3.5 games up on Cincinnati for what would be the second wild card in the National League, and the Dodgers have wrapped up the West. Out east, the Yankees still have the best record in baseball, but they are taking on water. The pitching has been a little suspect, and they're still missing Joe DiMaggio,
the entire outfield,
Mickey Mantle, and Aaron Judge. Now, it is a credit to the Yankees, the depth of the Yankee organization, that they can still run Maris, Ruth, and Bernie Williams in the outfield. So that's not a bad backup set. But still, they're not nearly as good as that record would intimate. So Yankee fans, don't be too arrogant about this playoff push, even though the 2-time defending champions are always a little dangerous, at least. Birmingham has put the South to sleep like they always do. That 23-game lead on Texas is not a typo. Detroit has opened up a 3-game lead over Cleveland and a 4-game lead over Chicago. So the Tigers are taking care of business here late as the wheels have kind of fallen off the Cleveland bandwagon. And then out west, this is great. This is like watching 3 hobos fight over a sandwich. Oakland leads the West at 7 games under 500. And Minnesota and the Angels are both 1 game back. So it's anybody's race. But, man, it's a hard watch. That winner, they've got first-round exit written all over them.
Yeah, somebody has to win.
If it ended today, it would be the top wild card, which is Baltimore with 97 wins, against I guess it would be the weakest division champ, which would be Oakland. So it would be the 97-win Orioles against the 74-win A's. So you can the only good thing about that series is it's not being played in Sacramento.
Or Vegas.
Or Philadelphia or Kansas City for that point. Looking out here, I should get into the leaders here just a little bit. It's the combined leaders right now, but if you hit the National League to look at the National League leaders, Philadelphia outfielder Chuck Klein leads the batting race by 23 points over Atlanta, really Boston Braves outfielder Hugh Duffy. Klein leads in home runs by 9 over Cub tag team partners Hack Wilson and Ernie Banks. And for RBIs, he's up 35 on Campanella from Brooklyn, but he plays in LA. So we're legit going to have, almost guaranteed, our first Triple Crown winner.
Ooh.
For Chuck Klein. So good for you. Salute. Kind of taken the mystery out of our NL MVP race.
Probably.
But Chuck Klein, I got nothing but love for you. It's been a hell of a season out there in Philly. So let me pop up today's game. It's going to be a good one. And oh yeah, just if I didn't make it clear enough, we have 4 divisions. The division winners with the 2 best records will get buys out of the first round of the Eternal Baseball playoffs. And then the number 3 by record division winner will play the weakest wild card winner, and the number 4 division winner will play the strongest wild card winner. That's how you would get Oakland against Baltimore. And those first round series are best of 3, with the division leader getting 2 of the 3 games at home. Games 1 and 3 would be in the division winner, because winning your division is important. And even if you're 7 games under 500.
Yeah, I mean, you should get some credit for being the creme de la crap.
Absolutely. You're still going to fly that flag. Flags fly forever, even if
Yeah.
you're 7 games under 500. So let's fire it up here. It's Pittsburgh and San Francisco from the city by the bay. And we'll set the lineups for both squads. But pitching-wise, it's so nice. It's Bob Friend.
Oh, lovely.
Nice to see you, Bob, for the Pirates. And then it was Christy Mathewson yesterday. Christy Mathewson is going to win 20 games for a team that's under 500. So good for him. But we get Carl Hubbell. Not bad. Take that as a consolation.
That's pretty good.
So batting against righties, and this is where Giants fans, cover your ears. Willie Mays has been kind of dreadful this year. I mean,
Wow.
by Willie Mays standards, right? 240 against right-handed pitching. Not too good, but he is Willie Mays. We probably got to have him in there somewhere, right?
So, I mean, if for nothing else, the fact that he's going to vacuum up everything in the outfield.
Yeah, it's hysterical. When we played a game with Bonds and McCovey and left and right, not known for their range, at least modern, older Bonds, right? And Mays was going behind them to make catches on the wall. It was fantastic. So, but it is Barry Bonds who leads all of Eternal Baseball with 50 intentional walks this year. He usually ends up, he hits cleanup. Yeah, when they say usage, it means he's on pace to have more at bats than his stats say he should. So that gives him anywhere from like a 10 to 20% dip. Just like anybody, you play too much, you get tired at the end. That all gets erased come playoff time. Everybody gets a clean slate. So it is Bonds, and it looks like Will Clark. And this is where it gets tricky. Kevin Mitchell is probably your designated hitter, because that lets Freddie Lindstrom play third. Just on the stats, this is again versus right-handed pitching. Mel Ott will be in there somewhere. Now, stat-wise, it says it should go, can't play Sandoval because he only plays third and first. So it might be Mays, more on rep, and then Mel Ott. That lets us go lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Ott would go in right. And then catching is this guy, George Davis, is rated well at shortstop, but I think he has 30 errors, which is, for a guy rated 8 out of 10 defensively,
yeah,
it kind of hurts. Their backup catcher, this guy, Buck Ewing, is the backup catcher, but he's hit well. Mainly against lefties. But look, he's a good catcher, above average third baseman, a decent second baseman, a decent center fielder, and then I run out of room, but apparently he plays right as well. So an absolute Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
He probably ends up at second base for us, with Travis Jackson at shortstop and Buster Posey catching. Pretty good?
I think so.
All right, we'll go with that. And our top pinch hitter will be Pablo Sandoval, switch hitter. That's nice, but I don't have any room for him if we're going to play Lindstrom and Mitchell, and the numbers say we should. So swapping over to our Pittsburgh Pirates with Bob Friend on the mound. So
Bob Friend, fittingly from Pittsburgh. I'm sure he's Mr. Rogers' favorite pitcher.
Probably, right? It's a hell of a day in the neighborhood. But looking at OPS versus left-handers. So to mix it up, Max Carey. Oh, and just a note, Roberto Clemente has been nursing, I think it's a hamstring injury.
I see that. Yeah, he's got the injury
right now. Yeah, but he'll be back in 3 days. So assuming the Pirates make the playoffs, and they probably will, they'll have Roberto back. So it's Max Carey hitting third and playing a really good center, if only to break up all these right-handers. So the best against lefties is Pie Trainer, who's also a marvelous third baseman.
Pie.
Right? And that's how he got his nickname, I think. He just really liked pie. Yeah. Like Noodles Hahn, who's won 5 games for the Cincinnati Reds, used to take his father his lunch at the construction site every day. And it was always noodle soup. So he would bring the noodles and they'd be like, hey, here comes Noodles. Now he's winning 25 games in friggin' eternal baseball and he's still Noodles. Okay, fair enough. Bill Madlock, who's underrated, probably be in the Hall of Fame, 4-time batting champ.
Wow.
Is a bad second baseman, but he'll do.
There's Honus Wagner.
Honus Wagner, who plays short or really good third, but we got a third baseman. Ralph Kiner, who's terrible defensively, might end up being our DH. We'll see. But Dave Parker is our right fielder, Cobra, with Clemente hurt, obviously. Stargell plays a bad first base or a bad left field. So it's kind of pick your poison, except we're not going to use big poison or little poison.
Yeah.
Who are those guys? The Wayner brothers. Okay, so Stargell potentially is a DH or maybe our first baseman. McCutchen doesn't play because we need a catcher or a DH. So our catcher, Kendall's tired or has been overused, but his numbers are a lot better than Sanguian. So it looks like it'll be Kendall. And then DH can be McCutchen or Archie Vaughn. Yeah, that's probably it. The numbers are about the same. Actually, if we put McCutchen in, he can play left.
Yeah.
And that'll let us DH Kiner, who's kind of.
I think that's probably better. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would trust McCutchen's glove over.
Yeah, especially.
And that'll also give Ralph Kiner plenty of time to slip into the studio and interview some guys after the Mets games.
It'd be awesome if he's interviewing guys between innings.
Yeah.
Kiner, you're in that. Oh.
Stay tuned for Kiner's Corner on WOR TV.
How did he end up on the Mets broadcast? Is he a New York kid?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you just hire guys, because they're out there. I mean, Bill White used to do, Yankees games. He never played a minute for the Yankees.
Yeah, and Singleton was a great Yankees broadcaster.
Yeah.
Complete Oriole. I saw him in the outfield at one of the Oriole Yankee games a week ago, and they interviewed him out there, and they said, "Do you miss it?" And he went, "Nope."
Yeah, I know. He said,
Not a bit.
I'm sitting here enjoying the ball game.
Yep. Love the honesty. All right, well, let's fire it up here.
Pitching for San Francisco, number 11, Carl Hubbell. Leading off for Pittsburgh, second baseman, Bill Madlock.
Play ball!
The old Pittsburgh hats with the stars, come on.
They got to bring those back.
They absolutely should bring those back. All right, so let's give control of Pittsburgh over to the computer. No Barry Bonds jokes here, because I'm going to increase the size of everyone's head just to see what it looks like. I don't think that's better. And come to think of it, I need to come up with a new photo for the Giants ballpark, because first base is pretty much obscured here. It's going to make the running game a bit of a guessing game today, but that's all right. If Brent were here, he would say just send everybody. So we'll be a little more conscientious than that.
Everybody's running.
Everybody goes. Total green light. So Carl Hubbell. Oh, hang on. I got to give control to Pittsburgh. All right, Carl Hubbell. Oh, that's not nice.
Shortstop, Honus Wagner.
I don't know Roy, who are you talking about? Because the real Pirates are showing more of a pulse than ever, or than in a long time. And the Pirates here are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
92 and 62. They're going to the playoffs.
The Pirates have kind of come back to earth a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but yeah.
Well, they finally called up the Paul Skeens kid, so
yeah,
maybe they're. Although
I mean, yeah, but yeah, there's signs of life. There's signs of hope in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you got to draft hope because they ain't signing it in Pittsburgh. That's for sure. Here's Honus Wagner,
center fielder Max Carey,
Hall of Famer. Don't know much about him, but he's a great bunter. And there goes the no hitter.
Well, look, get that out of the way.
Baseman,
yeah,
trainer.
Take some of the pressure off of Carl Hubbell. There we go. How do you think Will Clark and Barry Bonds would have got along on the bench?
Bob, friend. Leading off for San Francisco, third baseman, Freddie Lindstrom.
All right, Freddie. Liking that. All the way to the wall. Run, Freddie, run.
He's running out of gas.
He's in there.
First baseman, number 22, Will Clark.
Natural. I've always wanted to get the inside scoop on why Clark retired. Because I think it was Baltimore his last stop. Or was it St. Louis?
Designated hitter.
Either way, he hit like 321 his last year as like a 34-year-old. And he was like, it's good.
Maybe just wanted to go out on top.
I guess. I mean, there's something to be said for it. Didn't Kruk do that? Get a single and retire?
Yeah.
Just basically ran through first and dropped his gloves and off he went to White Castle, no doubt.
White Castle, Taco Bell.
Here's Kevin Mitchell with a grounder to third. Send Lindstrom home. Safe chance 81% with one out.
Yeah.
The way I look at it now, before I would have been like, the next guy might get him in. And now I'm like, you would have him steal at 81%. Is the next guy 81% to knock him in with two outs? I don't think so. So Freddie, yes.
And they take the out at first.
Right. Good for them.
Left fielder
1-0
Barry
for us.
Bonds.
Hey, Sun Devil, Barry Bonds, digging in. When was the last time you rooted for Barry Bonds, Rob? Ever?
Can't think of it.
Probably was Arizona State for me, but anyway. Yeah, we kind of figured.
Center fielder Willie Mays.
Come on, Willie. Run, Willie, run. Oh, well, it's Bonds.
Yeah.
I would have thrown a second, too, I think.
Designated hitter Ralph Kiner.
Who's Ralph Kiner?
Strike 3.
Oh, look at that. Bad news.
Right fielder Dave
Carl Hubbell hurt himself. Don't know what he did, but he is out for the game. Happens now and then. The good news is you can sub in anybody you want, and they'll let them warm up just fine. But now we got to go to the San Fran roster. Look at these pitchers. No, none of the guys are ready in the rotation. Our best relievers are Tim Keefe and Sergio Romo, but they only throw 30 pitches each.
Yeah. We got anybody capable of like a long outing here?
Yeah, it's Greg Minton can throw 50 pitches, so he can give us 2 innings probably. And then, Marichal out of the pen can give us 75. I don't mind going to Juan Marichal at some point. But his ERA is 4.74. Minton's is 3.96. Actually, if you look at the whip, though, Marichal's 1.2 and Minton is 1.7, which is a bit terrifying. So, what are you feeling? Oh, sorry. Greg Guard Power Bottoms already called it. It is Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, let's see. I would say let's go with Minton to start.
Okay.
And we'll get I think Marichal basically when his 2 innings are out, I think then maybe we go to Marichal.
Works for me. Here's Greg Minton.
Pitching for San Francisco, number 38, Greg Minton.
I like that his mustache has the same gap his teeth do.
There you go.
The symmetry there is pretty solid. So
sticking with the theme.
I got to say, Greg Minton versus Dave Parker. It feels like I'm on the wrong side of that title match, but but look at this. Eat my words as the Cobra pops up to third.
First baseman, Willie Stargell.
Willie Stargell.
Pops,
right? Oh, boy. Oh, I thought Pops legged it out.
Right fielder, Mel Ott.
Mel Ott.
Ball 4.
We'll take it.
Second baseman, Buck Ewing.
Says 47% to steal. We'll probably let that go.
Yeah.
We can bunt, though, if you want. Ewing's a fantastic bunter. Up to you, Rob.
Of course he is, because he played in 1880. Look at this picture.
And he plays everywhere.
Because he played in 1880.
That's a good point, too. Didn't pitch, though. Somewhere King Kelly is like, put me in, coach.
He's sneaking in. He's grabbed the hot dog vendor's tray and he snuck into the park.
So we bunting with Ewing or swinging away?
I say we swing away.
All righty. Deal. It's a dribbler down the third baseline. Foul ball. Well, at 1 and 2, we're not going to bunt.
Yeah.
This is Patrick Ewing's grandfather. No, it's not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
A little pop, but Pie Trainer with his golden glove is underneath it. Making the catch. Somebody else got hurt.
Shortstop, Travis
Ewing
Jackson.
is injured. Man.
Oh, my gosh.
We are the bane of the San Francisco Giants.
Wow. What have we done to the Giants?
He was playing second base, but he's also the backup catcher. So might be down to our only catcher right now. Here's Travis Jackson sitting down.
Number 28, Buster Posey.
Don't get hurt, Buster. Another little pop-up. Bob Friend is kind of a jerk.
Catcher.
He's a friend to his teammates. He's a friend to Pittsburgh.
I wish it was Friend against John Smiley. That'd be awesome. Although Smiley was a Pirate, they could be teammates.
Ooh.
Yeah, now we're talking. All right, hang on. We got to retool our lineup here because Ewing's gone. I think I love that they have a first baseman named High Pockets Kelly. That's pretty awesome. But it looks like it is Jeff Kent.
Looks like we're going to Jeff Kent.
And Barry Bonds is so mad, but
yeah.
In he goes. Second base. All right. And speaking of funky mustaches.
There you go.
Here's Jason Kendall. With a 9-hop single right over second base.
Left fielder, number 22, Andrew McCutchen.
Kendall is one of those aberrational catchers who can actually steal.
Yeah, he's weird.
Weird
he had
dude,
decent
right?
wheels.
77% to steal, so we're gonna try to keep him a little closer than that. Still 77. All right. Well, we'll see. Here's Andrew McCutchen with nobody out. And there goes Kendall. Safe. Shaming Buster Posey with his 21st stolen base. Oh, looks like 77. That must be his general percentage, not specific. Because it looks like he's at 50 maybe right now. Either way. They're not stealing third with nobody out. But on a wild pitch.
They'll certainly do that.
Man. Minton's got plenty of arm left. Here's McCutchen still. Nobody out. Runner on third. Oh, he sits him down. Bill Madlock. Lines out to Travis Jackson. And now with 2 down, Honus Wagner. With a little bloop shot to right, but Mel Ott is there.
Is right there.
All 6 letters of him. All right, here's Freddie Lindstrom, right? Yeah. Good bunter, but maybe later. He got a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, he did. But I think, yep.
The Max Carey tracks it down. Here's Will Clark. Oh, to the wall. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go for 3. I remember the last Will Clark triple I ever saw. I'm sure he had some. All right, so here's Kevin Mitchell, the other half of the Pacific Stock Exchange.
Ball 4.
Walking.
Take your base.
And Barry Bonds with 2 on and 1 out.
Here we go.
Oh, a dribbler to Madlock who kicks it, I believe. Yep, error on Madlock. The bases are loaded for Willie Mays.
Willie.
Nowhere to put him. Oh, it looks like a wild pitch. The runners move up. Clark scores. Pass ball, I guess. 2-0 Giants. But now they do have a place to put him if they want to. Nope, they pitch to him, and Willie grounds to short. Send Mitchell home. Safe chance, 86%. I think that's a
yeah.
Yes. With 1 out. Bonds is going to advance on the throw to first. That's aggressive base running for a 320-pounder. All right. So
but it's all artificial muscle.
Right. It's all in the head.
Yeah. Like a Funko Pop running over there.
The thing that bugged me more, not more than the alleged PED use, was the plate mail armor he had on that right
Oh,
elbow.
yeah.
Just standing on the plate with that thing hanging over, just like, what? Man. All right, here's Mel Ott. 2 down. Liner to Pops. And we're out of the inning, but the Giants strike for 2 runs. It's 3-0 Giants as we go to the top of the 4th. Minton has 20 pitches left. Probably give him an out or a chance to get in trouble before we start. Because if Marichel's throwing in the pen over the inning change, I don't want to wear him down. Here's Pie Trainer with a soft little liner to Jeff Kent. And now Ralph Kiner. Popped him up. We'll see if Posey has room.
I think he does.
Pummel!
Nope.
He does not. Here's Kiner down 0-2. Sends 1 to center, but that's where Willie lives.
Yep.
No problem.
Second baseman, Jeff.
All right, so Greg Minton ended up being the right call. Kudos
there we
on
go.
that. And we'll get Juan Marichal warming up here in 1 out. But for now, it's Jeff Kent. Popping it up. Max Carey is under it. True to my word, let's get to that San Francisco pen. Get Juan Marichal warming up. All right. Here's Travis Jackson. Right over Bill Madlock. A little lofty single to center. Yeah, he's typically 73% to steal with the 9 hitter up. You in any of that, or? Kendall is an okay catcher with an above average catcher with an average arm. I'm putting it on you, Rob. You want to run, you want to hit and run, or just swing away?
Let's swing away.
All right. Here's Buster Post. Grounded is short over the Madlock. But apparently Travis Jackson back body dropped Bill Madlock. And Posey was taken first.
Clobbered him.
Right. It was awesome. Here's Freddie Lindstrom. Another dribbler to short. Wagner to second. And they're out at the end. All right. So Marichal's ready. Minton might have 11 pitches left in him. We can go to the mound and check. Says Minton's still okay. Do you want Minton to pitch to Parker, or is it Juan Marichal time?
Let's see. They're both righties, right?
Yep, both right-handers. Parker's better against righties, but not massive. 330 against righties, 320 against lefties.
If he's still got some juice, let's let him get Parker.
Okay. So Minton to Parker. Oh, it's a double down.
Oh, no.
Greg Minton betrayed us, as all relievers do. Given enough rope. Oh, he's going for 3. Look out, Freddie Lindstrom. He's in there. All right. Well, I think that's close the book on Greg Minton.
Yep.
Who pitched quite well for us.
Yeah, despite the triple there, it really did a job.
Yeah. Number 27.
Juan Marichal, Hall of Famer. Miracle. Oh, I'll fix it in post. Here's Willie Stargell. Willie Mays is on that. All right, so it's a sinking liner. If we dive, we have a 52% chance to catch it with Willie friggin' Mays. Do we play it on the hop with nobody out and a runner on third, or do we try to make the dive? I think the run scores either way.
Let's go for the out.
All right. It is Willie Mays. Mays dive, yes. Oh, he trapped it. And Stargell motors into second. Just like that. 3-1. Willie Mays betraying us defensively.
The way this game's going, at least he didn't come up like with his arm hanging off. So.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't break him. So here's Jason Kendall. With a dribbler to Kent over to first, no problem. Stargell advances. 1 down for Andrew McCutcheon. All right, so Kent has it with 1 out. We have a 28% chance to get Willie Stargell at home, or a 100% chance to get McCutcheon at first.
I think let's get the out.
Yeah, I think it's early and we still have a lead. I'm with you. So throw home, no. We'll just take Kutch. And Stargell scores on the force out. It's 3-2 Giants. Nobody on, 2 down for Bill Madlock, who knocks it right to Kent. No problems. Going to the bottom of the 5th. Giants lead 3-2. Here's Will Clark. That's got to be foul.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, we got some of that, though.
Oh, yep.
But Parker.
Yeah, not quite enough.
No. When I was a kid, almost any fly ball, I was like, that's gone. It took me a while. A lot of Dale Murphy flyouts on TBS before I started to learn the angle and the sound of an actual.
Yeah, I don't know. I was spoiled by a lot of short porches at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, you thought everything out it usually was. I know how that
depending on where the ball was going, yeah.
Here's Kevin Mitchell.
If it was going to center or left center, you're like, no, that's staying in.
Yeah, left center's a poke. All right, so Mitchell with a single. Bring up Barry Bonds with 1 out. Oh, Bonds pops it up.
Oh. Doesn't quite have the distance.
Nope. I'm not sure Stargell moved.
Yeah.
2 down for Willie Mays. Oh, and he lashes one down the line. To the wall. McCutcheon gives chase. Mitchell to third. Is he rounding the corner? He is.
He is. He's coming home.
No throw. And Mays' double plates Kevin Mitchell. The Giants stretch their lead to 4-2. Here's Mel Ott. I'm not going to get excited. Max isn't excited. Fly ball. They're out of the inning. 4-2 Giants. Top of the 6th.
Ball 4.
Honus Wagner leading it off. And here's Max Carey with a bunt. All right. Maybe I should have seen that coming. If your number 3 hitter is bunting, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a long year. Here's Pie Trainer, also a very good bunter. Travis Jackson's up with it. No problems. 2 down. Honus Wagner on second. Here's Ralph Kiner.
Strike 3.
Sitting down.
He's going to go sit and interview Keith Hernandez.
Right. Hey, what's up, Keith? I love you on Seinfeld. Here's Jeff Kent. He wasn't as good as Paul O'Neill, but
well, no,
it's passable. Fly out to left. Here's Travis Jackson. It's a foot race. Wow, the Stargell wins. Good for him.
I'm telling you.
Buster
Like
Posey.
a tiger over there.
Right? Yeah, Tiger, who was a lot closer to the bag, but fair enough. Here's Buster Posey. Parker's under that. Great play. I don't know about
Play
that.
by the Cobra.
He didn't move that far, but okay. But it's possible he was coked out of his mind. So it may have been more impressive live. It may have been like the latest of jumps. Speaking of, here's Dave Parker.
Strike 3.
Sitting down.
Kira.
Here's Pops. Sends one. Mel Ott's under it, though. No problems. And Jason Kendall with 2 down.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. Oh.
We're moving along quite briskly.
Organist is in fine form tonight. You know me. I don't get paid by the hour. And without a wham button to push.
Oh, there you go.
If it wasn't for the 7-inning stretch, we'd be done by now. Big fanfare. Outstanding. All right, so Bob Friend still has 40 pitches in that right arm. Not throwing terribly well, but not terrible.
Yeah.
Freddie Lindstrom.
They're in the game.
Yeah, they're in it. Not bad. Freddie Lindstrom grounds one right past Bill Madlock in his 4 rating. Lindstrom's not much of a base stealing threat. But here's Will Clark.
The thrill.
Right? I always like the thrill better than the natural, right?
Yeah.
I know the movie was out then, but I like it better.
No. The thrill. Come on.
Well, the thrill, right?
Yeah.
Mitchell with a single to center. They'll hold Lindstrom at third. We have the bases loaded, nobody out for Barry Bonds.
Strapping on extra armor to crouch over that plate.
Let me get that ASU hat a little closer. See if we get some Sun Devil power here. He got it, but not all of it.
Yeah.
Remember, Dave Parker has a friggin' cannon. If we send Lindstrom with 1 out, he has a 68% chance to score on Dave Parker's arm.
I don't like the odds.
Yeah, I'm with you, especially with a lead.
With a lead, yeah, let's not run out of an inning.
Yeah, especially with 3 guys sitting out there waiting.
Yeah.
Fine, Dave Parker. On rep alone, we will not challenge our... Plus, Willie Mays, bases loaded.
Exactly.
He hits one to third. Trainer's up with it. He throws to second. But Mitchell stabbed Bill Madlock. And Mays is safe at first. The run scores. It's now 5-2 Giants. Just for safekeeping here, I'm going to take over Pittsburgh for a second. One thing the computer's AI tends to do is ride their starters too long.
Yeah.
And I know everybody out there saying, yeah, but your relievers always get burned, Webb. I know. But he's thrown 124 pitches. There's still 2 men on, 2 outs. I got to think Pittsburgh would like to have somebody up in the pen. So let's check their roster and see who their best relievers are.
You know Jim Leland would have somebody warming up.
Yeah. It's probably David Bednar, their setup guy.
At this point, yeah.
So warm him up. Okay. And then we'll give control back. Just trying to be a good neighbor there. Here's Mel Ott. Oh, he pops it up. the CPU knows that those relievers are headed to, right to the danger zone. Can't argue with that, Dave. Really can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gets out of the inning. Marischal's still got 36 pitches in that arm. He's fine. And the more guys we go to, the more. I remember when the Yankees went to like their 5th reliever in a game sometime, and he got lit up. And I forget if it was Flaherty or who it was, but he said, well, the search for the reliever who doesn't have it tonight is completed. Yeah. The more guys you put out there, the more of a chance you're going to find a guy.
You're going to find the one guy who's just not going to have a good night.
Just sucking tonight.
It was like the Yankee game today.
Right? A lot of relievers.
Well, they couldn't get anybody out.
Man. Wherever Tommy Canely is, stay healthy. Okay, Bill Madlock is up, 1 down. Oh, and he shoots one past Mel Ott.
It's stuck in the wall. He's got to chip it out.
Mel Ott comes out of the surf with it. The throw to second is not in time. Madlock with a double. Bednar is ready, but that's for them next inning. We don't have anybody ready. We feeling like we need to get somebody up yet or not yet? I guess we should see who the suspects are. At least. So Tim Keefe's been really good, but only in 6 innings. So don't fall too in love with that 1.42 ERA. Sergio Romo's the closer, but he's only pitched 12 innings. The starters go a long time. And those are basically our 2 guys. So 2 righties. We're in the...
And from the looks of it, Rob Beck has been carrying a gas can.
Yeah, Rob Beck not getting it done.
Oof.
The problem with the relievers pitch so infrequently that they only have to get lit up once, and they'll never survive like a 5-run outing, and they're done for the year. It doesn't matter. They could pitch brilliant the rest of the year. But even guys like Mariano Rivera, he's thrown like 25 innings this year. They just don't use relievers very often.
Yeah.
And maybe they're right. Who am I to say? Here's Juan Marichal.
It seems like a criminal underutilization of the greatest reliever of all time.
Absolutely. Well, maybe I should have got someone ready because Wagner lashes one down the line. Madlock scores. Wagner going for third.
Because that's what they did in his day.
Right? 10th triple for Honus Wagner. So it would be, looks like Tim Keefe warming up. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here's Max Carey with 1 down. Man, Marichal lost it all of a sudden.
Oh.
Carey around second. It's now 5-4.
Uh-oh.
If we do a bullpen visit, it'll buy us some time. Marichal's not tired, but he's not real good anymore.
Yeah.
Here's Pie Trainer. Lines one to Travis Jackson. That's good. Keefe is not ready. He's normally a starter. Takes him a little while to warm up. So Marichal will pitch to Ralph Kiner with 2 down and a 5-4 lead. Kiner got a lot of that, but Barry Bonds is running. Wow. It was young Barry Bonds all of a sudden.
It must be.
Holy smokes.
It's Pittsburgh Barry Bonds.
Who knew? Here's Jeff Kent. He got quite a bit of that.
He did, but not
off
quite enough.
Wall.
Oh, off the wall.
Double for Kent. Bob Friend's almost done. I got to believe they would go to Bednar at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's be good neighbors and
yeah,
take over Pittsburgh, if only to make this pitching change. Bednar's had a real good year for him, so.
Pitching for Pittsburgh, number 51, David Bednar.
Bednar, all right. Give the control back to Pittsburgh. And nobody out. Travis Jackson. Fielder's choice. Madlock takes the out at first. Kent will advance to third with 1 out. Keefe is ready, but if we go to the 9th with a lead, Keefe actually has a better ERA, but we probably want Romo ready just in case, right?
Yeah.
All right. So give me one more out, and we'll get Romo up. Here's Buster Posey. Yeah, with the laziest of fly balls. That fly ball has no ambition.
None at all, because you'll see Honus Wagner's about to settle under it.
Flying Dutchman. It's all over that. Get to our bullpen. Tell old Sergio Romo to get working. And here's Freddie Lindstrom with a tapper. Oh, but Wagner boots it. Lindstrom safe. Kent scores at 6-4. Giants.
Ooh, the insurance. That was a gift insurance run.
Yeah. From Wagner, who's a pretty good defender. Here's
Honus Wagner suddenly realizing he'd be 130.
Yeah. That's a good point. All right, so Maricel's gone. Both of our guys are ready. Do you want the setup guy with a slightly lower ERA or the capital C closer in Sergio Romo?
I think you got to go closer.
Seems like it's harder to second guess this move. So, Sergio.
Pitching for San Francisco, number 54.
We want to sit Keefe down?
Romo.
We can, or we can keep him ready in case Romo's trash.
All right.
Either way, we got a 2-run lead. I think we have a little room, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Oh, and he walks Parker.
See, there you go.
Why not? Here's Willie Stargell. Sitting down. Better. All right, let's just check since Pittsburgh's been making bad choices. Against righties, do they have anybody spectacular who ain't playing? Yeah, Archie Vaughn, who's incredible. So Vaughn would hit for Kendall, definitely. Hey, you can't make changes for the computer team? I just did. Yeah. For their own good.
Pinch hitting for Pittsburgh, Archie Vaughn.
Archie Vaughn. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Look, it's stuck in the wall and Bonds is trotting after it.
Right? They'll hold the run. Wow, Parker didn't run on Bonds. That's pretty impressive. So second and third, one out.
Obviously, didn't see the Sid Bream clip.
Right? With the 9-hitter, McCutcheon up. Romo has 16 pitches left in his arm. Are we believing in him, or is it Tim Keefe time? Keefe coming in. All right, so we're going to bring Keefe in, but we're also going to check that pen again. San
Francisco, Tim Keefe.
And see who else is not terrible. They're all pretty bad.
Yeah.
But Jeff Brantley is the least offensive. So
I guess we're going to Cowboy.
The Cowboy. Warming it up.
Oh, wow.
Look at Tim Keefe.
Tim Keefe looks like he's on a can of Pringles.
Yeah, at the end of the game, they grab him by his feet and use his mustache to push the popcorn shells out of the dugout.
Yeah.
He's helpful that way. So with 1 down, runners on second and third. With a 2-run lead. Here's Tim Keefe to Andrew McCutcheon. A tapper to third. Lindstrom is up with it. Fires across. Got him. Parker, they held Parker on that too. Nice.
Well, I mean, that's a ground ball to third. Yeah, you do hold Parker on that one.
And sometimes they go on contact though, yeah?
Yeah, sometimes.
But not Dave Parker. Maybe they told him to go on contact, but
yeah.
2 pitches.
I mean, I only remember seeing Dave Parker mostly later when he was with the Reds and was a lot, slower.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Bill Madlock, top of the order. It's a foul ball, but Lindstrom has a beat on it. I think he's losing this race. Yep. In the stands. There's 3-2, full counts. Bill Madlock, 2 down.
Strike 3.
Sits him down.
And Beefsteak Charlie wins the game.
The final score from ATT Park, San Francisco 6, Pittsburgh 4. Juan Merkel is the winner. He is now 10-10 on the season. Bob Friend picks up the loss. He is now 6-3. Tim Keefe gets the save. Number 1. Time of the game, 3 hours, 6 minutes.
I mean, I'm going to have to fix that because we can't have Juan Merkel.
Juan Merkel.
Urkel's uncle, apparently, winning the games. But good for him. He actually pitched well, but it fell apart late, right? So he ends up giving up 3 earned. But I'm more impressed with Rob's deft handling of the Romo-Keefe combination to lock it down. Turns out Romo had the double minus on his stuff, so he was going to be dreadful.
Yeah,
so,
it would basically pull that plug. See?
Yeah. No, I'm impressed. That was a Matrix moment. That was absolutely bullet dodge, right? So,
look, if we leave him in, we're screwed. We can't get worse.
Yeah, we're good. So Romo sits, Keefe with the save, his first on the year. Romo gets a hold that he doesn't deserve, but fine.
Yeah.
But it's a good win for the Giants and a bad loss for the Pirates because they had a chance to make up a game on Cincinnati, who's 3 games back for that last wild card. But not today. Well, it's actually tomorrow's game. But we do have 8 games left to play in Eternal Baseball. So we'll have our last podcast of the regular season next Sunday. But yeah, stay tuned to eternalbaseball.com or to our Facebook page. We're also on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We have a lot of races coming down to the wire. I think it's the best stretch run we've ever had, or the climax here at the end. So stay tuned. A lot of fun stuff are going to happen. And barring playoff games, like 1 game tied for the division playoff games, we should be starting the Eternal Baseball playoffs middle of next week. So love it.
Let's go Sacra Oakland A's.
Yeah, absolutely. They need some fans. That arena, that ballpark only seats like $4,000. So they need all the help they can get.
But the toilets work.
That's true. You can flush with impunity. That's a good thing. So, and as always, it was a good game. We appreciate Dave and the crew hanging around for it. And Rob, we thank you for filling in.
Oh, no problem.
Your record, I believe, is pretty impressive in Eternal Baseball.
Actually, I think this is like the first one of these I've won.
It's the first win?
It might be.
Good for you. All right, we will definitely send you a bowling trophy because that's what we have. Dandy. But a win's a win. Yeah, a win's a win. We appreciate you filling in and coming out. Our bullpen's great at Eternal Baseball. It's the teams that are having a little trouble. But as I said, thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with another Eternal Baseball podcast and our last regular season game of the week. Our thanks to Rob Irizarry. And you can catch us with this level of mania every Tuesday night on the What's on Joe Mind podcast. If you happen to like G.I. Joe, we bring you all the insight and all the goofiness there as well. But good win for San Francisco, tough loss for Pittsburgh. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week for another thrilling edition of the Eternal Baseball Podcast.